was a young lady that got invited or picked up from one of the Ohio State football players back to his apartment. He went and picked her up from her dorm. She went back to his apartment. Him and his teammate, obviously, you know how it is in college. So usually, if you're in a dorm or you're in an apartment, you got somebody that's staying there with you. So it's obviously another teammate. She came over. Apparently, well, I'll save that part for last. She came over. They did whatever it is that they did. He dropped her off back home. She went to the police station, I believe either the same day or the day after, and accused him of rape, right? They went on trial, and then during the trial, what we found out was that the team, or at least this is what the student said that was accused, because they were kicked off the football team and everything, like life is ruined. The team, according to him, said that they encouraged them to record consent. They encouraged the players to record with their mobile devices consent, right? They showed it, they revealed it, and they were found not guilty, right? But their lives already is what it is, right? And so now that they're found not guilty, I want to kind of mine this out from a couple different ways before we get into the relationships and everything like that. What is everybody's thoughts about just everything that was presented based off of how it is that I communicated to you guys in the first place? I'm gonna start with Vern.
Ohio State owed them some money.
You think Ohio State owed them some money?
Ohio State owed them some money.
Why is that?
A lot of money, not some. A lot of money. You ruined them dudes' lives over this, and they got recorded consent, and it's been proven in court that they are innocent.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go play football. You just stopped a football career, a potential NFL career. How do you? I mean, the money ain't gonna restitute everything, but y'all owe them. Ohio State University owe them boys a check, a big check.
It was defamation of character.
So let me ask y'all a question, and is it Ohio State's fault problem, or is it the woman? Well, okay, well, let me ask it this way, and then we can go, I want to come to Crimson, and then we're going to go popcorn style, whatever it is, however it goes, right? Is it the woman's fault? Is it Ohio State's fault? And is there anything that should happen to the woman as a result of them being found not guilty? So I want to come to Crimson. I want to get your thoughts on it, love. And then play it from ear by ear.
It's definitely on her. It's definitely on her, especially if they have recorded consent, which is, I think, smart, what men need to do now, because it's so easy to go to the authorities, whoever the authorities are, whether that's the staff of a school or whether that's the police or whomever you're going to reach out to. It's easy to just accuse a man or men of some type of sexual misconduct or some type of assault, whether it's true or not. Ohio State is going to protect Ohio State's interest. So if those young men are accused, Ohio State as an entity does not have any other choice but to dismiss them immediately from the football team. Because if they don't do that, now the spotlight is on Ohio State for potentially protecting predators or protecting men who are assaulting women, regardless of whether it's proven true or false. They have to do that, just like any other company or whatever would fire you, or they would put you on some type of probation. You can't continue to just go on like this accusation isn't happening until it gets cleared. Now, something should happen to everybody, every woman who lies and either admits that she lied or is found to have lied about assault should receive, in my opinion, the same jail time that the men served or could have served minimum sentence. She got to serve that, because you have to deter the lying. It's difficult enough for people to come forward, male or female, to say that they've been assaulted in that way, and to have people to believe it, because sometimes you can't really prove that. It's my word against their word, especially if there was no other witnesses or there was nothing else. So sometimes that's difficult to prove anyway. And so then to compound that with people who want to come out and just lie for whatever reason they're doing that, it muddies the water. Now everybody got to get a side eye. So that whole hashtag believe women, that's out the window, because we can't do that, because we've got too many over the years that have been found to be completely fabricating the entire story. So you can't believe that. So it's just like, okay, to deter that, y'all are going to have to start serving some time, paying some fines. Y'all are going to have to start getting no more, oh, well, she just lied, let her go. Let her go for what? So she can ruin somebody else's life? That's not a light accusation. And I'm going to land my plane. It's not a light accusation. It can completely turn the trajectory of somebody's life around for the worse, especially if it's a lie. So,
What do you think about that, Jess? I seen you nodding a little bit. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm just processing where we think consent happens. So before the act, yes, we can record consent, but during the act, what happens if you say or do something that makes someone uncomfortable and they no longer want to pursue the sexual encounter with you? Do they not have the right to withdraw consent? So I do think that having evidence or proof of consent is great, but I also know that there's nuance there. And then I also wonder about where the responsibility falls. As someone who has been the victim of rape, I don't joke about that. I don't think that that's right or ethical to ever make a lie about it. I do think that the responsibility, I was agreeing with Crimson around, like, it makes it that much harder to be believed when you come up with your story. And more people are not actually sharing or disclosing. There's more people who don't report their rape than do. So the fact that you would lie in that process is criminal to the people who are living with that for the rest of their lives. But yeah, I was processing, like, where does consent happen? When do we, and can it be revoked?
I think that's a phenomenal question. And this is why I want to pose it to my hitter, Lance. Because right, the reason why I think that that's a really interesting question is because during the act, right, and we all grown, right, everybody in this room, I'm assuming, and had sex and been married, whatever, so on and so forth, right? During the act, there's a difference between the type of behavior or role play or foreplay, or she said she wanted, but that was just a part of whatever it is that we was doing, and so on and so forth. Or she said that she didn't want it, or she said no, but she really meant yes, and all of this other type of stuff, right? And it's a big gray area, I think, that I believe men, because I don't really think that men are the ones that say, oh no, and then, unless you're me, because I'll be trying to get away, and then Rita is a whole nother thing, right? Whole nother conversation. She over there laughing right now.
Yeah.
However,
this shit ain't over, nigga.
At all.
But I mean, it's a big gray area that is left to the interpretation of the jury, or those, or the judge, or whoever it is that's determining the fate of whoever is being accused.